and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Ventura, the Church of the Open Minds, the Loving Hearts, and the Helping Hands. We are so glad that you chose to be with us this Sunday morning. Whether you're a longtime member here for the very first time or returning after a bit of time away, we hope that you find warmth, inspiration, and a sense of belonging here. At the UUCV, we celebrate the many ways people search for meaning in their lives, and we believe that each person's life has value and their experience has something to teach us, and everyone is welcome here. As we come together this morning, we remember that this land has long been home to the Chumash people. We honor their deep connection to it. We give thanks for their care of it throughout the generations, and we recognize that they are still important parts of this community. Our minister, Pastor Eric Housleth, is here with us in the sanctuary, and he will share the children's story this morning. And Worship Associate Celia Ortenberg and I, Xenia Young, have the pleasure of leading this morning's service. Today, we have the special privilege of celebrating a few of the members of our congregation who are marking an extraordinary milestone, their 95th birthdays. 95 years, as they would tell you, is a long time. It can hold both hardship and abundance, astonishing changes in the world, and moments of deep joy and deep sorrow. But no two 95-year-old journeys are alike. Each life is shaped by its own choices, challenges, relationships, and unexpected moments of grace. This morning, two of our honorees, Bruna Jones and Silvia Hutchins, have agreed to share a few I'm sorry, I had it in my script and it just came out wrong. Silvia Wilkholm. Okay, Silvia Hutchins isn't quite there yet, but one day we'll celebrate her too, I'm sure. Bruna Jones and Silvia Wilkholm have agreed to share a few reflections from their own journeys. We offered them some suggestions, some questions to think about, but really encourage them to simply speak from their hearts, sharing whatever stories, memories, or lessons felt most meaningful to them. My hope is that as we listen, we'll be reminded that wisdom isn't only found in life's big milestones, it's also found in the everyday work of living, loving, learning, and continuing to grow. And now a few announcements. On August 22nd, we will have a celebration of life for Martha Caslow. I want to encourage everyone to refer to the UUCV weekly email. There's lots of good information. Oh, excuse me. We have another interruption. Here she comes.
Too soon. Well, I'm sort of chairing the auction this year. Sort of. I've got such a great team. Could anybody who's sitting here who's on the auction team please stand up? Yay. And there's more who aren't here. So I think we've all, over the last months, really learned a lot about the pain of community. So I'm here to celebrate the joy of community. And what we have is our auction kickoff is October 3rd. Now, oh God. Ruth Owens said that for years people have said, I didn't know. I didn't know. So now we're all going to say October 3rd at 4 o'clock. October 3rd at 4 o'clock. October 3rd at 4 o'clock. Write it down. Whatever you have to do. I'm going to try to get a calendar link for the techies among us in the UUCV this week, so you just go add to calendar. So what we have outside there are two things. One is an auction donation form, which has lots of ideas about what to donate and how to donate. So you can fill out a form by hand and give it to a member of the team. And all the team members have little bags that say, donate, I'm on the team. Or you can scan a QR code. How many people here do not know how to scan a QR code? Okay, if you have a smartphone, you take the camera of your smartphone or any device and you take a picture of it and a little yellow strip pops up. Yeah, you just put it in the you get your camera out and you get it in the scope and click on the little yellow thing that pops up. But there's also a web address for those of you who just like web addresses. Now on the tables out there are postcards that give you the date, which is October 3rd at 4 o'clock. Okay, good. And it's got the QR code and the web address. I guess that's it. Our theme is the joy of stories. And on September 20th, the choir is going to sing a song called Why We Tell the Story from Once on This Island, a musical, a Caribbean-style musical. And the refrain of that is, why do we tell the story? Life is why. Pain is why. Hope is why. Grief is why. Faith is why. You are why we tell the story. So stay tuned for the next 6 weeks. We're working on the auction. Woohoo!
Thank you, Sandy. Now enter with me into this sacred space. Bring what is yours to bring, the gift of your whole self to the altar. It is a sacred and honorable gift. Let us enter holy space together.
Wow, the joy of stories. We've got a theme going on today. Our call to worship this morning comes from Humariel, the hearts of our whole community. This morning, we gather together to worship as a community of all ages. Let us take a moment to look around at those sharing this sacred space. Let us recognize the hearts of our whole community, from our elders to our youngest and all the ages in between. Let us embody the beauty of this whole church community, even when there are a few wiggles and giggles and chatter. Let us remind ourselves to listen carefully, calming our bodies and our minds. Begin by breathing peace and joy into this sacred space. Know you are surrounded by the love of this community where we are all welcome. Come, let us worship together. This is Zach next. Thank you, Xenia, for lighting the chalice of this free and wonderful church.
Good morning, y'all.
That's at the top of the
Hi, I'm Zach Spencer. I invite you all to rise in spirit, or in physically as you are able, as we all sing number 128, For All That Is Our Life. For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift, which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for sorrow we must bear, for failures made and lost, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours and past, to come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift, which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad.
All right, I'd like to invite up all of the children and all of the young at heart who would like to come up and hear the story here at the front. And when you come up, please bring up the food for Poder Popular. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share from this sweet live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share from this sweet live. Well, thank you all for coming down and sitting here for today's story, A Chair for My Mother. My mother works as a waitress in the Blue Tile Diner. After school, sometimes I go to meet her there. Then her boss, Josephine, gives me a job too. I wash the salts and the peppers and fill the ketchups. One time I peeled all the onions for the onion soup, and when I finished, Josephine says, "Good work, honey," and pays me. And every time I put half of my money into the jar. There is not a lot of money in the jar. But just you wait. We will see what happens. It takes a long time to fill a jar this big. Every day when my mother comes home from work, I take down the jar. My mama empties all her change from tips out of her purse for me to count. Then we push all the coins into the jar. Sometimes my mama is laughing when she comes home from work. Sometimes she's so tired that she falls asleep while I count the money out into piles. Some days she has lots of tips. Some days she has only a little. Then she looks worried. But each evening, every single shiny coin goes into the jar. We sit in the kitchen to count the tips. Usually Grandma sits with us too. While we count, she likes to hum. Often she has money in her old leather wallet for us. Whenever she gets a good bargain on tomatoes or bananas or something she buys, she puts by the savings and they go into the jar. When we can't get a single other coin into the jar, we are going to take out all the money and go and buy a chair. Yes, a chair, a wonderful, beautiful, fat, soft armchair. We will get one covered in velvet with roses all over it. We are going to get the best chair in the whole world. That is because our old chairs burned up. Ooh. There was a big fire in our other house. All our other chairs burned. So did our sofa, and so did everything else. And that wasn't such a long time ago. My mother and I were coming home from buying new shoes. I had new sandals, she had new pumps. We were walking to our house from the bus. We were looking at everyone's tulips. She was saying she liked red tulips, and I was saying I liked yellow ones. Then we came to our block. Right outside our house stood two big fire engines. I could see lots of smoke. Tall orange flames came out of the roof. All the neighbors stood in a bunch across the street. Mama grabbed my hand and we ran. My Uncle Sandy saw us and ran to us. Mama yelled, "Where's Mother?" I yelled, "Where's my grandma?" My Aunt Ida waved and shouted, "She's here, she's here, she's here, okay? Don't worry." Grandma was all right. Our cat was safe too, though it took a while to find her. But everything else in our whole house was spoiled. Oops, I think it went too far. Oh, we're missing a slide. You will indeed have to look at the picture I am holding up. I'm going to guess this picture will come up in a slide or two, and then you'll see it on the screen. Do you all see it? Okay. Nope. Okay, now you see it? Okay, well, we're going to have to, we'll talk about it. What was left of the house was turned to charcoal and ashes. How sad. We went to stay with my mother's sister, Aunt Ida, and Uncle Sandy. Then we were able to move into the apartment downstairs. We painted the walls yellow, the floors were all shiny, but the rooms were very empty. The first day we moved in, the neighbors brought pizza and cake and ice cream, and they brought lots of other things too. The family across the street brought a table and 3 kitchen chairs. I think we can see them over there on the left. The very old man next door gave us a bed from when his children were little. My other grandpa brought us his beautiful rug. My mother's other sister, Sally, made us red and white curtains. Mama's boss, Josephine, brought pots and pans, silverware and dishes. My cousin brought me her own stuffed bear. Everyone clapped when my grandma made a speech. "You are all the kindest people," she said, "and we thank you very, very much. It's lucky we're young and can start all over." Well, what do you know? There it is. That's what it looked like before. Now can you see it? Now he can see it.
Oh my God.
Exactly. That was last year. But we still have no sofa and no big chairs. When Mama comes home, her feet hurt. "There's no good place for me to take a load off of my feet," she says. When Grandma wants to sit back and hum and cut up potatoes, she has to get as comfortable as she can on a hard kitchen chair. So that is how come Mama brought home the biggest jar she could find at the diner, and all the coins started to go into the jar. Now the jar is too heavy for me to lift down. Uncle Sandy gave me a quarter. He had to boost me up so I could put it in. After supper, Mama and Grandma and I stood in front of the jar. Well, I never would have believed it, but I guess it's full, Mama said. My mother brought home little paper wrappers for the nickels and dimes and quarters. I counted them all out and wrapped them all up. One day, on my mother's day off, we took all the coins to the bank. The bank exchanged them for $10 bills. Then we took the bus downtown to shop for our chair. We shopped through 4 furniture stores. We tried out big chairs and smaller ones, high chairs, low chairs, soft chairs, and harder ones. Grandma said she felt like Goldilocks in the 3 Bears, trying out all of those chairs. Finally, we found the chair we were all dreaming of, and the money in the jar was enough to pay for it. We called Aunt Ida and Uncle Sandy. They came right down in their pickup truck to drive the chair home for us. They knew we couldn't wait for it to be delivered. I tried out our chair in the back of the truck. Mama wouldn't let me sit there while we drove, but they let me sit in it while they carried it up to the door. We set the chair right beside the window with the red and white curtains. Grandma and Mama and I all sat in it while Aunt Ida took our picture. Now Grandma sits in it and talks with people going by in the daytime. Mama sits down and watches the news on TV when she comes home from her job. After supper, I sit with her and she can reach right up and turn out the light if I fall asleep in her lap. Oh, and there's the photo of the 3 of them sitting together. And that is the end of our story. Now, if you will all join in singing the children out and form the bridge of love as you are comfortable doing so, and we will sing them to class.
Story reminded me of my tip jar that I had that collected all those pennies and dimes that I would get as tips back when I was a waitress so long ago. Things don't change. I am now so happy to introduce Bruna Jones to come up and share some stories of her life. Yay, Bruna.
Okay. I was born in Dayton, Ohio during the Great Depression. My parents came from Italy. I was told my dad walked for miles looking for work. Money was scarce, so I learned very early not to ask for things. I attended Catholic grade school. I loved the nuns who were our teachers, and I was pleased to see ghost stars on my papers when I did well. Our church was always fundraising. In 8th grade, I worked Saturday night bingo games in the church basement. From the players, I took orders for soft drinks and chips. And sometimes I went home with $1 in tips, and I probably had a jar. That same year, a classmate and I went downtown to a small department store looking for a job during the Christmas season. I was only 13, but they hired me to work in the toy department. I earned about $3 a day. My mother packed my lunch, and for a nickel, I could ride the trolley to town. That job stayed with me. Every Saturday and every summer, all through high school, I worked at that department store. Most of the time, I worked in the lingerie department. When a customer bought a slip, and they also taught us suggestive selling. So when a customer bought a slip, I would ask, "May I show you our selection of underpants?" One advantage of working there, I could buy my clothes at a discount. I was always frugal. While my friends enjoyed Cokes at the pharmacy after school, I usually dropped out. In college, I studied art and spent every summer working. One summer, I worked at a greeting card company doing color separations. Another summer, I did technical diagrams. After graduating with a degree in design, I lived at home and worked as an artist in an advertising agency. And yes, I continued to save money. I had met Bob at Ohio University. After wonderful courtship years, and after he served 2 years in the Army, we were married. We built a life together, raised 4 children, and welcomed 6 grandchildren, and now 2 great-grandchildren. Bob taught high school history for many years. After he retired, I got a job teaching crafts on Holland America's around-the-world cruises. Bob happily became my assistant. For 5 years, we spent 3 years each month teaching crafts and exploring the world. Now, at 95 years old, I look back on my life and consider it well-lived. I've never yearned for luxuries and have always been thankful for what I have, just enjoying simple pleasures. In our 40s, Bob and I attended a marriage encounter weekend where we wrote and read to each other. I recently read some of his papers. He wrote, "One area that you probably are the crown jewel of the Pacific shores would be in the area of saving money. You have done a tremendous job. We have been fortunate in not having to pay monthly for furniture, car, drapes, etc. Thanks, Secretary of the Treasury, for being so capable and frugal in home management." When I think about my life, I remember the people I loved, the work I enjoyed, the adventures with our family visiting national parks, camping, hiking, and enjoying nature. I'm alone now. I keep busy with family, my business, and am still interested in learning. I'm now reading a marvelous book, The Ascent of Man by Brunowski. I've always enjoyed life, lots to do, come to church, housework, gardening. I have a good compost pile. I was asked, "What have you learned that truly matters in life?" I've learned not to be afraid to try something new and different, and to trust myself to handle hard things. And most important, to have good rapport with family and friends, to laugh and to have fun with them, and to give them lots of love and many hugs. I've learned that work gives us dignity, saving gives us freedom, learning keeps us young, and family gives life its deepest meaning. I'd like to end with a ditty that I taught my kids. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better is best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bruna. What an inspiration you are. Great role model for becoming 95. I look forward to it. Our offering today goes to a very special group, the Ventura Council on Aging. And each Sunday, every gift placed in the collection box or given electronically reaches far beyond just these walls. Our Sunday offering does not support the church's operating expenses. It's not used for salaries, utilities, paying bills, keeping the lights on. Those needs are met through the generous contributions of our members' pledges. Instead, every offering received today and every Sunday is a gift to the wider community. We share these gifts with organizations that serve our neighbors and with funds that sometimes provide care and support for members of our own congregation. Our collection today goes to caregivers, volunteers assisting the elderly. They were a nonprofit founded in 1984 and serve seniors 60 years of age and older throughout Ventura County. Their mission is to promote the health, well-being, dignity, and independence of frail, homebound elders through one-on-one relationships with trusted volunteers. Caregivers provide non-medical in-home support services and transportation for homebound frail elders, preventing their premature placement into board and care facilities and making it possible for them to continue living in their own homes. Caregivers has several programs to meet the needs of this population. Here are some of the examples. They can assist with grocery shopping. They can help with minor repairs, plumbing, electrical, household maintenance. They can support and monitor high-risk seniors released from hospitals, emergency rooms, and urgent care facilities. And they also can provide transportation and accompanying a senior to medical appointments within the county. It's important to remember that Ventura County has one of the largest aging populations in the country. While needs continue to grow, federal and state funding continues to be cut. Caregivers rely more and more on donations that come from people like us. Please give generously, as you always do, to this worthy organization, and you can give to the box in the back during the offertory music supplied by Pat Erickson and her beautiful flute. Thank you, Pat. Thank you for your generosity this morning. However you choose to give, and whether you give, receive, volunteer, or simply show up with an open heart, you are part of this shared work of building a more compassionate and just world. And now I have the privilege and honor of inviting Silvia Wilkholm up to the pulpit where we will hear some of her reflections.
Good morning. I'm Silvia Wilkholm, and I'm going to share a gigantic hope or dream. But first, thank you for the lovely 95th birthday celebration that included myself, Bruna Jones, and Merle Oberg. We especially enjoyed the homemade cakes made by David Hinkle. Thank you all. Over the past 32 years, through heartbreaks and blessings, this UU Church has been a warm and welcoming community for me. During my child-rearing years, I talked to my children, my grandchildren, and even my great-grandchildren about resolution and forgiveness when unpleasant differences occurred between friends and family. I usually encourage them to listen, express their concerns, and even turn the other cheek. I always believed that peace was the most important outcome. And really, most people do forgive and forget and are willing to work out trespasses. In my 95th year, I realize that working on peace is a vital and necessary goal that people on this planet must pursue. Of course, we have the United Nations, but in addition, let's create a Nations for Peace movement. It could consist of a committee of representatives from many nations dedicated to working out problems through vigorous diplomacy between countries who at the time need aid to avoid military conflict. The world is getting smaller daily. Let's join together to work for world peace. The alternative affects us all in very negative ways. This idea is a gigantic hope or dream, but perhaps it may attract people to join together to make this big dream become a reality. Thank you again for your continued warmth and kindness. And perhaps we can sing "Let There Be Peace on Earth" on the way out. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to both of you. Now is the time in the service when we hold up the great joys and sorrows that grace our lives. We place stones in water for both celebrations and sorrows in our hearts, making ripples that are felt throughout the community. But today, before we share the joys and sorrows sent in this week, it is with a very sad heart that we honor the passing of 3 beloved members of our congregation. As I tell you about each one, Xenia will light a memorial candle for them from our sacred chalice, and then we will extinguish our chalice for some moments of silent reflection. The chalice flame will be relit, and we will extinguish all at the end of the service. Diana Goodrow. Diana, a longtime and beloved member of this church, passed away on July 15th. She was nearly 97 years old. Diana and her husband Mel were members here for decades. Just a few years ago, she moved up north to be near her loving daughters, but she kept contact through Zoom and her longtime women's group. There is so much we could say about Diana, a woman who brought such light into this congregation from the moment she came. But in her Facebook obituary, I think her daughter described her well when she wrote, "Till her last breath, Diana was an activist, always with joy and humor in her heart, always with her mind on what we leave our children, aware that our struggles are interconnected and that when we work together, we can change this world. She never gave up hope for a fair and just world or her belief that we could get there. Diana's spirit will always remain here, and her presence is surely missed." Ursula Britton. Ursula was a fairly new member, joining us in March of 2025. She was so thrilled to find this congregation and did what she could to support us. Kind and thoughtful, she often asked how she could help. She joined the entry room safety team and volunteered to cut bagels on a Sunday. She took her commitment seriously. She was always conscientious. She made a difference here, and she will be missed. Susan Franzblau. Susan, our beloved and longtime UUCV member, passed away peacefully just this last Wednesday night. She gave generously of herself throughout her many years at UUCV, especially through her dedication to the choir. She was a bright star in our community, and her spirit touched everyone she knew. Susan was also deeply committed to social justice. She recently introduced UUCV to Theater of the Oppressed as a way to foster social awareness and empower communities to imagine and create change. She was equally devoted to raising awareness of the humanitarian crisis in Palestine through her work with Jewish Voices for Peace. Susan's presence will be deeply missed. We will share information about a memorial service as it becomes available. And now I will share the joys and sorrows that were shared this week. I invite you now to speak into the gathered community or write into the Zoom chat the names of those you wish to celebrate or memorialize, or those in need of the loving embrace of this beloved community. David and Linda and Nancy. Xenia will now place one final stone in the water for all the joys and the sorrows yet unspoken in the silent sanctuary of our hearts. May those joys and sorrows remind us that our lives are bound together and that in this community, no one carries them alone.
Please remain seated as we sing our meditation hymn, number 16, "'Tis a Gift to Be Simple."
In this service that is considering stories of our elders, we thought we would share with you a few quotes about aging. Everybody wants to live forever, but nobody wants to grow old. Jonathan Swift.
You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Mae West.
Aging is an extraordinary process where you become the person you always should have been. David Bowie.
Men do not quit playing because they grow old. They grow old because they quit playing. Oliver Wendell Holmes.
Age is a case of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter. That was baseball legend Satchel Paige.
Eventually, you reach a point when you stop lying about your age and start bragging about it. Will Rogers.
The afternoon knows what the morning never suspected. Robert Frost.
It's better to burn out than it is to rust. Neil Young.
Beautiful young people are accidents of nature, but beautiful old people are works of art. Eleanor Roosevelt.
Getting older is not something to be afraid of, it's a privilege. Betty White.
Anyone who keeps the ability to see beauty never grows old. Franz Kafka.
And from Abraham Lincoln. And in the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years. As we move into this time of meditation, I invite you to reflect on the stories that you've heard today, the stories that have brought you here, the wisdom you found along the way, and the wonder that still has the power to surprise and inspire us. May you breathe in peace and breathe out love.
We place this stool here in honor of Susan. She was one of our most vibrant sopranos, and we will miss her greatly.
We'll build a love where we bind up the broken. We'll build a love where the captives go free, where the oil of gladness dissolves all our mourning. We'll build a promised love that can be. We'll build a love where we bring good tidings to all the afflicted and those who will mourn. We'll give them garlands instead of ashes. We'll build a love where peace is reborn. Oh, come build a love, come gather together, anointed by God, then create peace, where justice shall flow down like the water, and peace, peace like an ever-flowing stream. We'll build a love where those who go hungry are given the food that makes us so strong. spirits, once faint and once weak. We're like oaks of righteousness and her people. Come build a love, my people, we sing. Oh, come build a love, come gather together, anointed by God, then create peace, where justice shall flow down like the water, and peace, peace like an ever-flowing stream. Hallelujah, hallelujah, peace flows down. 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 Hallelujah,
You guys are great. I want to start today by thanking Bruna and Silvia for sharing their reflection. It reminds me that simple questions and simple answers can take deep thinking. What really is important in life? How can we start at any age to live that life? Xenia and I imagined this service a while ago, knowing that we would be having some important birthdays this summer, hoping for some words of wisdom that came through 95 years. We so appreciate your wisdom and your sharing. And doing this service reminded me of so many things. Top among them were how much I have learned by watching the elders in this church grow and hearing their wisdom. It was literally half my lifetime ago that my husband and I walked through the doors of the church, a toddler in hand, a baby in arms. We were looking for that spiritual home within which we could raise our family that embraced both my Christian and my husband's Jewish roots without the dogma, one that did not promise answers but encouraged questions. And of course, we found that here. But I soon realized that there was so much more. There was community and energy and growth. And I knew that if I hadn't come here, my friend set would be limited to speech therapists and educators. Nothing wrong there, but somehow limited. Here there were generations who were strong and wise and vulnerable and feisty. Here I came to truly appreciate those who walked ahead of me, my elders. I called it lessons in learning. And somewhere along the years, I switched places. I realized that I'm now one of those old folks, perhaps with more stories to tell. And my stories to tell times in my life that seemed devastating at the moment, but somehow became a part of my fiber, that granted me a clearer understanding of how the world is meshed together and how we have choices and how we view those lessons that come our way. I have also realized that in a culture where old is a bad word, this is such a gift. Everyone wants to live a long life, but no one wants to be old. That's crazy. And it's true. I imagine billions of dollars are spent every year on face cream and hair dye and hair loss treatments and Botox and more just for the appearance of youth. Across my computer feed, 10 things never to wear lest they make you look old. Even the phrase, old is just a state of mind, or even you are as young as you feel, says that old is bad. I would love to dissuade this and live in a culture where old and the beauty and wisdom of age are appreciated and honored. Sure, old is hard. We have aches and pains, trips to the doctors, our memories play tricks on us, and we lose friends and loved ones, and then we're gone. But every age has its trials, and as we live longer and often healthier lives, we recognize that in many areas we improve with age. There's a greater sense of self-acceptance and acceptance of others, and desire for connection and the means to create it. Life experiences help us make smarter decisions, wisdom and empathy, perhaps a greater sense of what is important after all. Independence, family, a bit of adventure, kindness. Susan Franzblau, who left us just this week, recognized the importance of personal stories and interviewed and recorded many of us older members of this congregation, asking us to consider some of life's important questions. It was important to her that these not be lost. Her story is there. It's still available. But stories go both ways, don't they? I need to hear the stories of the youth. I know that one of the constants in life is change, and it is such a different world out there. Yes, there are many things that I long for that will never return, but still there's a wide world of many possibilities. Those of you who are younger than me, thanks for stepping up when asked and telling your stories. Thanks for what you are doing to raise good children, to make the world a better place. Let me know, please, how I can help. Let us have a congregation where the generations work together to make this a better world. I found this reading in For Two Voices by Elizabeth Stevens on the UUA Worship Web. It's about honoring elders, and I like it, but I tweaked it just a bit, trying to make it more inclusive of the generations. So as Xenia and I read it, listen with an open heart. Put yourself where it feels right, knowing that we all age, and that when one generation is long gone, this congregation will remain with gifts and lessons for all. We give thanks for your presence among us.
You are living examples of courage and perseverance.
We give thanks for the stories that you have collected through the years.
By sharing your stories, you help shape ours.
We give thanks for the many tasks you have undertaken for the betterment of others.
We know that we have all benefited from your gifts and your labor.
We give thanks for your patience and your forbearance.
We know that getting older is not easy. Thank you for modeling aging with grace.
May we do what it takes to make your continued participation possible.
Your presence matters.
May we listen carefully when you speak.
Your stories matter.
May we carry forward the work of this community.
Your contributions matter.
May we journey with you in the years to come and support you in ways that you deem helpful in the years you have left on this earth.
Your life matters. You matter to us, and we know that we matter to you.
Let us be grateful for the gifts that come as generations meet and mingle.
Because in this community of memory, caring, and hope, we believe that love matters most of all.
And remember, in the words of Abraham Lincoln, no matter what you are given, in the end, it is not the years in your life that count, but the life in your years.
I invite you all to rise in spirit or in body as you are able. And I invite you all to come sing a song with me as we sing number 346, Come Sing a Song with Me.
As we wrap up today's service, and after the chalice has been extinguished and the memorial candle, but of course not the memories of each honoree, and Celia has shared the benediction, we'd love for you to join us in Burke Hall for coffee, tea, bagels, and in honor of Yukio, cupcakes too, and our very favorite part, good conversation and fellowship. And if you're visiting our church or new, look for the table with a connecting sign over it. You'll find welcoming folks who would be happy to meet you and help you feel at home. If you haven't already done so, the offertory box is in the back of the sanctuary. You can stop by before you visit Berg Hall. And once again, we want to sincerely thank you for being with us today. And now, please join with me in reading the words on the screen as we prepare to extinguish the chalice and the memorial candles. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry into our hearts until we are together again.
I leave you with these words from Tiffany Brenman. The warmth of this community flows among the generations where all are learners and all are teachers. May the love that we have connect us here, bless the lives of everyone we meet as we carry it into the world. May it be so.